Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, today we're gonna discuss this lesson. So the lesson name is crop production and management. It's a chapter one of Science NCERT textbook, class 8. So guys, please see this video till the end. Okay, so let's start. So first, let's start with the introduction. So you all know that there mainly we can divide into uh, two categories. Okay, mainly, but okay, we'll divide into three categories. See, for example, take three categories: plants, number one; number two, humans; where and number three, animals. So plants make their own food. Humans depend on plants for survival, for food, and animals also depend on plants. So humans and animals both are dependent on plants, and plants make their own food. Okay. But there is a big question. But first of all, why do you have to eat food? Okay. So you guys already know that energy, we get energy from food. So we eat food to get energy in our body. So we already know that energy from the food is released by organisms for carrying out the various body functions. Yeah. So we need energy, and for energy we eat food. And why do we need energy? We need energy for carrying out such body functions like digestion, respiration, excretion, such these body functions. Okay. So let's move. Yeah. So we get our food from plants, animals, or both. See, humans depend on plants or animals. See, humans depend on plants or animals. Okay, humans depend on plants or animals, and some people eat only vegetarian, some are vegetarian, some are non-vegetarian, and some are omnivores. Okay. So in order to provide food for a large population, regular production, proper management, and distribution is necessary. So there are so many people in the world, so many billion people. So these many peoples, so we need a proper management, a proper distribution, and a regular production. So how do we do this, and what is this process particularly known? So in this lesson, we are gonna study about this. So this was the introduction. So let's see what Boju is asking and what Pahil is saying. Okay. So I want to know where and how we use these tools. Okay. Food has to be produced on a large scale. So these are something Boja and Pahli are saying, and you'll understand when you read the chapter about this. Okay. So agricultural practices. Okay. So when plants of the same kind are cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called crop. See that there is a wait. So you guys know that there is a word. Wait, but one. So you guys know that there is a word known as crop. CROP. So what do you mean by crop? So this is the definition of crop from here to here. When plants of the same kind are cultivated at one place on a large scale is called a crop. So take an example of a land, say, suppose a 5 acre land. Okay, a 5 acre land. So that is a huge area. So a farmer wants to grow a particular crop at that particular area of that particular land. So take example of rice. So you want to grow a rice in that 5 acre of land. So this production of a certain type of crop, certain type of thing, a certain type of food in a large area is known as crop. So definition, when plants are the same kind are cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called a crop. Okay. For example, crop of wheat means that all the plants in a field that are of wheat. Like for example, I just took of rice, and here is another example, wheat. Okay. So next point, India is a vast country. The climatic conditions, yeah. So India is a vast country. Like from let's see, India is a vast country. So from region to region, everywhere there are different temperatures, there are different humidity, different rainfall. So like rainfall quantity. Like in Rajasthan, there is a less rainfall. There's less rainfall, and in some coastal areas of Cherrapunji, there are more rainfalls. So that depends. And on temperature also, everything depends. So the agriculture also, crops, everything depends. Like apples, take example of apple. Apple grow mostly in Kashmir. Apples grow in Kashmir. But take example of like see, apple grow in winter season. Apple are grow in winter season in Kashmir. But mangoes, on the other hand, mangoes grow in summer season. In these all plain areas or coastal areas. So they both plants differ from each other. Okay. So here's a point. Let's see this box. Till 10,000 BC, people were nomadic. They were wandering in groups from place to place in search of food and shelter. They ate raw fruit, vegetables, and started hunting for animals that they could. Yeah. So till 10,000 BC, people were just wandering. They were searching from place to place. They were eating like fruits and vegetables. But after few days, like for after few years, later they started cultivating land. They started producing things, producing rice, producing wheat, and other crops. So from then, the word agriculture was born, and from then, everyone started doing agriculture. Okay, let's move. Now, continuation. Okay. Accordingly, there is a rich variety of crops grown in different parts of the country. Despite this diversity, two broad cropping patterns can be identified. Yeah. So, if you guys see, so there are so many types of crops growing in different areas. But mainly, you can classify these all into two types of crops. So, the first one is kharif crops, and the second one is rabi crops. So we'll read in the next slide. Okay, first let's see what Bozo is saying. Since we all need food, how can we provide food to a large number of people in our country? Okay, so Bojo asked this question. So what will be the answer? We can provide food. We can provide food by what? By doing agriculture. By agriculture. Okay, this is the answer. Let's move. So here is a definition of what is kharif crops and what is rabi crops. So kharif crops and rabi crops. So kharif crops are the crops which are sown in the rainy season are called kharif crops. And let's say in the other hand, rabi crops, the crops grown in winter season. So if you make a difference of what it is, so on the other hand, kharif, see, okay, so on the other hand, it's kharif and here it is rabi. So kharif, kharif grow in rainy season. Kharif crops are rainy season crops, monsoon season, and rabi winter season. Okay, so that depends. Okay, so both are different. So the crops which grow in rainy season are known as kharif crops, and the crops which grow in winter season are known as rabi crops. Okay, so kharif crops now. The rainy season in India is generally from June to September. Paddy, maize, soybean, groundnut, and coconut are kharif. So the rainy season they get from June to September, and at this time these crops grow. Okay, so rabi crops, October to March are called October to March, the time limit. And examples of rabi crops are wheat, gram, pea, mustard, and linseed. Okay. So it's basic practices of crop production. Yeah, so basic practices of crop production. So cultivation of crop involves several activities undertaken by farmers over a period of time. Okay. So cultivation takes over a period of time. So if you see cultivation, like farmers start cultivating the land like a months before, and they get it after months. So like it take a period of 1 to 2 months. So cultivation takes several activities and it takes time. So we are gonna read these activities. So the activities, see, first thing, preparation of soil. Preparation of soil. This is the first method. So we have to prepare the soil first. We'll read in detail. In detail. So first, we have to prepare the soil. Second, sowing. Sowing of seeds. Sowing of seeds. Second method. Third method. Third method is adding manure and fertilizers. So manure and fertilizers are some type of manure are naturally made, and fertilizers are artificially made. So we add these for the proper growth of plants. They provide nutrients and minerals to the plants. We will read in detail. Now next is irrigation, providing water supply to the plants. Next is protecting from weeds. So we have to protect from weeds, right? So weeds means small insects. So we have to protect the plant crops from these because they will eat the all crops. Now next is harvesting, cutting down of the crops, cutting the crops. And the last one is storage, storaging the crops till they start, they like till they sell to any wholesaler or what. So they have to store the crops. Okay. So the question, both asked the question, why paddy cannot be grown in the winter season? Why paddy cannot be grown in the winter season? So Paheli gave the answer, paddy requires a lot of water, therefore it is grown only in rainy season. So we read in the last slide that kharif crop, like paddy is a kharif crop, and kharif crops are grown in rainy season. That means they require a lot of water. Okay. So paddy cannot be grown in a rainy, like grown in a winter season or summer season. Okay, next. So preparation of soil. So this is the first method to prepare. So like I said in the last slide, first method, preparation of soil. We have to prepare the soil. So preparation of soil is the first step and one of the most important tasks in the, yes. So we have to prepare the soil first, like clearing the ground, that clearing the last crop which was grown in that land. We have to clear that all. We have to clean it and then we have to start. Okay, so let's read. One of the most important tasks in agriculture is to turn the soil and loosen it. This allows the roots to penetrate deep into the soil. The loose soil allows the roots to breathe easily even when they go deep into the soil. Okay. So we have first, before growing a crop, first we have to lose the soil. We have to loosen the soil. So we have to first loosen the soil and we have to allow the roots to penetrate deep into the soil. What is the meaning of penetrate? So for example, this is a soil. So we have to allow roots to go inside it, go deep into the soil. Okay, so penetrate, go in deep into the soil. So the loose soil allows the roots to breathe easily even when they go deep in the soil. So if the soil is yeah. So if the soil is like, if the soil is easy, like if the soil is loose, then the roots can breathe easily. Common sense. Okay. Next, the loosened soil helps in the growth of earthworms and microbes present in the soil. These organisms are, yeah. So if the soil is loose, farmers' friends, earthworms and microbes are farmers' friends. So they grow more in the soil. So they grow more in the soil which is loosened. Okay, and they turn the soil fertile and they add humus into it. They add humus into it. Okay. So since only a few centimeters of top layer of soil supports plant growth, turning and soil brings the nutrients to the top so that the plants can. Okay. So see, so the crop. So there is a land. Suppose wait, this is a land, and here see. This is a land, the surface of the land, and here there deep there are soils. So the soil nutrients. So the top layer of the soil, okay, supports the growth and turning and the loosening, and they bring the nutrients. So this top layer, so this few centimeters or few inches of this top layer has all the nutrients. So loosening the soil mixes these all and then the all the nutrients are shared equally and then the cultivation will be done. Okay, let's move. Yeah, so the process of loosening and turning of the soil is called tilling or plowing. So for the preparing the soil, for the preparation of soil, first we have to loosen it. Okay, and for that loosening we have to use the process called tilling or plowing. Okay, so this is done by plow. This is done by plow. So plow is a machine, you can say. Plow is a machine or what? So if the soil is dry, so we have to first apply. So we have to first water it before plowing. Because you know what? If we not water the soil, if the soil is dirty, like if the soil is dry, so when we plow the field, a big clumps will come from the soil. So suppose this is a soil and this is dry. Suppose take example, this is dry and it's not water properly. So if we plow, if we plow it, if we do plowing here, a big crumbs will come. Big crumbs will come. Small, it will come from the surface. The crumbs will come. Okay. So we should first water it. The soil should not be dried when like before plowing. So leveling the field is beneficial. So leveling the field is beneficial for before irrigation. Leveling of soil is done with the help of leveler. So in this preparation of soil also we have to level the soil. Like soil is not like this plain or two. Somewhere it is like this, something like this. So soil is like uneven. So first we have to plane it. We have to make it flat. So so that is good for cultivation. So sometimes manure, yeah. So sometimes before tilling, before after tilling means plowing. So before plowing the soil, some farmers add manure or fertilizer because when they add the manure and fertilizer before, so when the plant is so like when the field is plowed, they all get mixed up into the soil, and before sowing the seeds into it, they before only the plants and this all soil is full of nutrients and minerals. So some farmers do like this. Or some farmers add the manure and fertilizer after the soil is tilled, after the soil is plowed. So either way you can do it. Okay. So the soil becomes most moist after sowing. Okay. Preparation of soil. Yeah. So preparation of soil, agricultural implements. So before sowing the seeds, it is necessary to break the clumps, I just now said. So to get a better yield. What do you mean by yield? Yield means growing of crops. Crop yielding. Uh, Yielding. You guys heard of this word, right? Yielding. Growing of crops. Okay. So this is done with the help of various tools, and the main tool is plow, hoe, and cultivator. So plow, hoe, and cultivator. Okay. So this is a plow. See, this is a plow, but I'll use a different. Yeah, so this one is a plow. See here in the picture. See the picture. This is a plow, and this plow, this down this part, this rod like this thing is known as what? What is this known as? Plow shaft. This thing, flow shaft. And the thing which is the thing which is attached to the bulls or cows, that thing is known as beam. That thing is known as beam. And this thing is known as flow shape. This triangular shaped thing is known as flow shape. So, you guys may think that why there is steel. See, why there is a steel here? Steel is attached to it. So they don't attach this wood type thing, rather they attach this steel thing rather than wood, because when the land is flowed, so this wood, this goes into the soil. See, this thing goes into the soil, and then if it is wood, it stucks into the soil. Sometimes it breaks. So doing this one, a steel is better, and that is good. So all the flows are done steel rather the starting part rather than that wood one. So there's the thing which I said. So let's just, once just read it. But I said everything. So just once read it. So plow, this is being used in ancient times. So now there is a new method. So cultivator. I'll tell next one. Next slide. Wait. So this is made of wood and is drawn by a pair of bulls or other animals, horses or camels. It contains a strong triangular iron strip called plowshare. Just now I said. The main part of the plow is a long log of wood. This one, plow shaft, and this triangular part, closure. Okay. There is a handle at one end of the shaft. The other end is attached to the beam, which is placed on the bulls. There's some beam, bull's neck, and there is a handle here. It is attached, and this is that one. So one pair of bulls and a man can easily operate the plow. Here, man, and two pairs and one and a pair of bull, and the plow is enough for plowing. Okay, let's move. Now we'll read about this hoe. So what is a hoe? Hoe is a little more advanced version than plow. Okay, so plow is mainly made up of wood. So plow is mainly, now here I leave. Plow is mainly made up of wood, but hoe, this one is a hoe. Hoe is fully made with iron. Hoe, hoe is fully made of iron. So, hoe it is a simple tool used for removing weeds and for loosening the soil. It has a long rod of wood or iron, mainly iron. Okay. A strong, broad, and a bent plate of iron is fixed to one end and works like a blade. It is pulled by animals. See, so this part, this okay, so this part, this shaped like this shaped thing, that square shaped thing, this like this is that part. See in the flow, that steel part is there, right? So that steel part is this square type part here. Okay, you can see the difference. So steel part and here this. Okay. And this is a grip which is attached to the bulls. Okay, and sorry, this grip is attached to the, like this beam is attached to the bulls, and this that human, that man holds it, and this attached to the bulls, and this is the handle, and this is the bent plate, and this is made is the rod. Okay, now is cultivator. So cultivator. So cultivator is a modern method. Like cultivator, this part, this whole thing is known as cultivator. This whole thing is cultivator, and this cultivator is attached to the tractor. And this cultivator is the whole part, tractor plus this down blades part. So here it is something like this. Wait, I'll take the yellow one again. See, it is something like this, and then blades are attached here. Blades are attached here, and this part, this one is back, it is attached to tractor. So when tractors pull it, so this cultivator is more useful. I'll tell. See, suppose this is a land. Okay, a farmer has this much land, and a cultivator at a stretch, a cultivator can cultivate, can sorry, that can plow 4 to 5 or 6, depends on the cultivator range. So at a stretch, at a time, it can plow 6 to 7 rows. Okay, columns. Sorry, 6 to 7 columns. But in hoe and in plow, at once you can do only once like that. So cultivator, this is another use of cultivator. See, at a stretch you can do like 4 to 5, and then again if again 4 to 5 and done. But a plow will have to do 10 times the same thing. A hoe also 10 times the same thing. So this is one more benefit. And cultivator is also more like easy that it is attached to the tractor, and it saves the labor and time also. So cultivator is more easy. So that is the thing. Now let's move to sowing. So that is the first part, preparation of soil. As I said you earlier that there are 7 parts, I guess 7 or 8 or 6 something, I guess 7. So after that first part is done, preparation of soil, and this is the second part, that is sowing. So sowing means sowing of the seeds. So just see here down, right? Yeah. So sowing seed. Suppose this is a land a farmer has. So this is a land a farmer has, and this is flowed. Okay. This is flowed. Now sowing. Now the next process is sowing. That means placing seeds everywhere. See, I'll use which color? I'll use this. It's not visible. Can you see white here? Yes. See. So this is one seed, just suppose example. So you can attach a second seed, third seed, fourth. So like this, seeds are placed here. So this is known as sowing. So this process is known as sowing. Okay. So sowing is an important important part before crop production. So sowing, yeah. So how a farmer knows that which seeds are good and which seeds are bad? So there is an activity. See, take a bucket of water or something, a container, take some water, and all the seeds. drain here, keep all the seeds here, and the seeds which will wait. Let's see. Yeah. So the seeds which will float on the top. So the seeds which will float on the top, those are bad seeds. Those seeds are not good for crop production. For agriculture, those seeds are not good because those seeds, so in a seed, okay, so for this we have to understand the main the seed thing. So for a seed, see, there is a seed code, and inside there is an embryo, and there is one cotlet. There is a rough diagram. Don't take it. Something. So this is the embryo, and another part is cotyledon. So um, all the food of the plants, like when the plant is like when it is a seed, when there is a seed, so all the food for that seed is stored in this cotyledon part, and the small baby is the small part. The small plant is in the embryo. So the embryo is the small plant. So insects come and eat this cotyledon and make the seeds lighter. So the seeds float on the top. So the seeds float on the top, and the seeds which sink down, those seeds are good seeds. So this is activity to know how the seeds are good or bad. So farmers prefer the seeds. Farmers prefer to use seeds which give high yield because they produce more crop, crop, more that thing. The farmers. So, so for sowing, there are different methods of sowing. Like for preparation of soil also, for plowing also, there were like three machines or three whatever you can say tools for plowing. So the first one was plowing, plow. Second one was hoe, and the third one was cultivator. So for sowing also, there are different things. Like there are two mainly, you can say there are two things, two traditional, two tool, and the first one is traditional tool, and the second one is modern. Wait. Yeah, so this one is traditional tool. So what is this is, I'll just say in, I'll just draw the diagram and show you guys. Suppose take this as a funnel. See, can you see this part, this one, this thing? Wait, I'll erase this one, then you can see. So look there, this thing. So here it is a funnel. So here the pulse. So this rod, this beam type thing is attached to the bulls. Bulls pull it, and then here this like wood thing is attached to it here, and then here a funnel is also attached to it, and the farmers put seeds here one by one. They drop the seeds, and when the bulls move in that plowed land, in that particular, that if this is the land, so if this part is plowed, so bulls also move in this same direction, and the farmers keep the seeds and they go into this funnel and they drop down. So this is the traditional method. One, this end will be open, like of course it will be open, the soil will grow, and this part is like a funnel. So once let's read it. The tool used for traditionally for sowing seeds, shaped like a funnel. The seeds are filled into the funnel, passed down through two or three pipes having sharpened that only. That's it. Okay. So let's move to the modern method. Yeah. So this is the modern method, and it's known as seed drill. What is known as, what it is known as seed drill. So seed drill is a thing. So this is the seed drill particularly, and this thing is again attached to the tractor. So tractor is very necessary for farming. Yeah. So this is attached to this, this thing is attached to tractor here. We are attached with the hook, and here, so you can see pipes. So here seeds are kept in this container, that you can see this pinkish thing. So here seeds are kept, and then when this tractor is driven, and then when it goes forward, the seeds in this pink thing fall into that pipe, and then it comes down. So so what is the main difference between seed drill and that funnel thing? So like both do the same thing, right? But no, there is a small difference. Seed drill, you know what? If you buy seed drill, at a time it will plow the land, plus it will add that, uh, it will add the seed, like plowing plus sowing. See, so here these are the blades. So when the tractor moves, so here it will make, it will loosen the soil. Okay, it will loosen the soil, it will blow it, and then the seeds which are kept here will come in this pipes, and it will fall here, and it will fall here. So that is a benefit for the seed drill or the seed drill. So, and one more is that, see, if this, another take example of again and take again a land, and see this is plowed. So the so bulls, I'm gonna take this again, long. Yeah. So see, when plowing is done, so some seeds, you know what, the plowing is done manually. This is done, like this is not done by manually, like the plants. So the yeah. So the farmers keep the seeds, and it will come and down. So this is not done manually. So this one is done manually. So you know what? So when in the funnel thing, the seeds are not at an equal distance. So suppose here is one seed. Take an example here. Here is one seed, and another seed is here. Okay, and another seed will be here, a far distance. So here there is a less gap, and here there will be a more gap. So, but in a seed drill, it will not. So in a seed drill, see here this much, one seed gap, another seed gap will also be this much. So like seed drill is, the seeds come in a equal distance and equal depth, but in funnel it's like not that, it's not like that. So this is the another difference. So seed drill is having so many benefits, but if you're having like again a big acre of land, 5 acres, then a seed drill, you have to buy seed drill. Like if it is a small acre of land, then funnel is also fine. Okay, let's move. So a few more things. Showing appropriate distance between the seeds is necessary. Yeah. So why? So there is a question. Why? Why appropriate distance should be maintained? This is a row. Here is one seed. Here is one seed. One seed is here. One seed is here, and one seed is here. I'll take an example here and some. So is it appropriate distance? No. So why appropriate distance should be maintained? Why is it necessary? Because um, there will be overcrowding of plants, and like the plants will fight for sunlight, they'll fight for nutrients, and they'll fight for water. So this happens if it is like if the plants are not kept in appropriate distance. So plants has to be kept in appropriate distance, or else plants will not get sufficient sunlight. Wait, one example. And these are disturbing. Yeah. So or else the plant will not get sufficient sunlight. It will not get sufficient nutrients and water. So equal distance is necessary. So let's see what Bojo is asking. Bojo is saying there's a nursery near my school. I found that little plants are kept in small bags by the kept. Mm. So Bojo is asking in nursery, why the bags, like why the plants are kept in a small bag? I guess you guys have seen that they are kept in a small black color bags, a small black color bag. And Bojo is asking why are they kept in that plants, in the small bags. So Paheli is saying seeds of a few plants such as paddy are first grown in nursery. When they grow into seedlings, they're transplanted to the field. So first they are grown here in this thing, and when they are like seedlings, they grow a bit more. So they're transplanted from here to the field, and then from here they start growing more. Okay, let's move. Yeah, adding manure and fertilizer. See, first is done. Preparation of soil is done. Second one, sowing is also done. Now, adding manure and fertilizers. So, the substances which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients. See, so manure, I'll just say in a short, manure are the thing like which are naturally made, and fertilizers are artificial. Manure are not good, or sorry, fertilizers are not good. and manure is good. But like manure is a degradable, sorry, manure is a biodegradable, and fertilizer is non-biodegradable. So there is manure is like less harmful to soil, and fertilizer is more harmful. But in manure you get less amount of nutrients and minerals at a time, but in fertilizers you get more minerals and more nutrients. So and in fertilizers you get like see, like up there is a field, and this field lacks of any particular nutrient. For example, take example potassium, sorry, nitrogen. I'll just take an example of nitrogen. So this particular land lacks nitrogen. If you use manure, everything is equal, same. So like you can't change the manure, like you can't add something or something. But in fertilizers, you can add anything in your wish. You can add, you can say to that factory that add more nitrogen or what, and you can create the same formula. So fertilizers are more rich in a particular or something. So manure also lacks, which I said, and soil also like one like continuous cultivation. Yeah. So like see, why manure and fertilizer should be added? This is another question. Why they should be added? So see, a farmer owns a particular a farmer owns a land, and that land will not be changed. Like see, a farmer will some in a season a farmer will use this land, and in another season the farmer will go to another land, and every season the farmer will change the land because he'll say that this land is not good. So it will not be like that. So like it will change, so like it will be same. So but the first crop grown will have more nutrients, second crop grown will have a less. So it so if the time continues, it will have more less nutrients. So this so he has to apply more, he has to put more manure and fertilizers to make that soil more like to make that soil more like to add more nutrients and minerals. You have to add more manure and more fertilizers, but adding more manure and more fertilizer is also harmful. So you have to add in a particular amount, like in a that amount. You should not add more or you should not add less. So let's move to the next one. Adding manure, here is a thing. You can just see that same thing. Manure is an organic substance from a decomposition of animal waste or plant waste. So manure is made from animal or plant waste or from peels of fruits and vegetables or something like kitchen materials manure are like this. And farmers dump plant and animal waste in the pits, allow it to decompose. Yeah, these are degradable, and this composition is caused by some microorganisms, the bacteria, microorganisms. And let's read fertilizers. Fertilizers are chemicals which are rich in particular nutrient, Okay, so for some examples are urea, ammonium sulfate, superphosphate, and potash, and NPK. What is NPK? N is nitrogen, P is phosphorus, and K is potassium. Okay. K is potassium. Okay, just remember the biological name of potassium starts with K. With K, so it is K. And P is phosphorus, PP. So don't confuse. So the use of fertilizers, like they give a more yield to the crops. Yeah. So irrigation. So that is the difference between, I said the difference between manure and fertilizer. Now, now this is the next method, irrigation. Okay, so let's start irrigation. So irrigation is the supply of water to crops at regular intervals. So what do you mean by irrigation? Irrigation means providing water to the plants at a regular intervals is called irrigation. So the time and frequency of irrigation varies from crop to crop. Yes. So for a rice plant, you need more or what? So this depends. So soil to soil and season to season. In summer, the frequency of watering is high. Yeah, of course, because summer will be dry season. And could it be increased rate of evaporation of soil? Sources of irrigation. So, what are the sources of irrigation? What are the sources of irrigation? So, the sources of irrigation are wells, tube wells, ponds, lakes, rivers, dams, and canals. And mainly the rainwater. Okay. And so Bojo is saying, I'm very careful this year about watering the plants. Last summer, plants dried up and died. Yeah, so water is necessary. Watering is necessary. But if you add more water also, it will also cause flood, like the flooding of that area that plants, not that big flood. Okay, and the plants will dry. Right. Okay. So here are the traditional methods. So here also there are mainly if you just broadly categorize, there are two methods. One is the traditional method and the other one is modern method. So in the traditional method, there are four things. First thing, moat. You can see this moat, that pulling that thing in a bucket and then pouring it. So this also leads to more water or sometimes wastage of water. And chain pump, chain pumps that you can see in the second picture, chain pump. So chain pump means like there will be a pump rotating. Okay, so there will be a pump rotating. This works in diesel and petrol. It will rotate, and there will be a bucket attached to this all wheels. And when the bucket will move, the water will be here in the down that gray part. You can see the water will be there, and it will take the water. It will flow here, and it will move to the field. And it is the next one is dhekli. What do you mean by dhekli? Dhekli means there will be a something like this shape. Okay, and the wood will be attached and a rock will be kept here, and the wood will take the water up, and then the farmer will take that bucket and he'll pour it. And the last one is rahat, liver system, pulley and liver, right? Pulley and liver, not moat and rahat are little bit different. Like moat is something, like see, rahat is a liver system, and moat is like something. See, you can see here a farmer is bringing that pot. So another thing will be attached and he will bring out. So yeah, so this is the modern method. So modern method is first one, sprinkler system. So what is the sprinkler system? So you can see in the picture. So a well is there. See here, see to my hand. A well is there, and a machine. See the pump. A pump will be attached here, and it will take the water up from the pipes, and the water will come here, and it will go to the land. See here, see here is one crop. So it will sprinkle like fountain, okay, to everywhere. And this is like done with a perpendicular pipes with rotating nozzles on the top. When it will allow or when it don't allow. The water is allowed to the flow main pipe under the pressure with the help of a pump. The escapes from the rotating nozzles. Sprinkler is very useful for lawn, coffee plantation, and several other. The next one is the drip system. So drip irrigation or drip system. So I made this project in my school. So this one, well. So well is there, and again a pump will be attached, and a pipe will come. And here, but here in drip system, are a little bit difference is there. See here, and the plants, a pipe will run along parallel to the crop, alongside parallel to the crop, and there will be holes here. A pipe, small pipes or holes, whatever, it depends. Little holes, and the water will come here. So this is somewhat better. This is somewhat better than sprinkler system, because you know what, this saves a lot of water than sprinkler, because the sprinkler will like water will come and do like this, but drip system, drop by drop by drop, drip, drop by drop, water will come. Okay. So here water will not be wasted, and water availability is poor. Here it is useful. Okay. So next, protection. So four methods are done. First, what is first? Preparation of soil. Second is sowing. Third, adding manure. And this. Okay, now, so protection from, so like fourth one is irrigation. This is the fifth one. This is the fifth one. So protection from weeds. In a field, many other undesirable. Yeah. So what do you mean by weeds? Weeds means insects and all. So plants has to be protected from weeds. So farmers use some chemicals, something to protect from these weeds, and these weeds eat up plants, and they eat the seeds of the plants, they eat it, like they don't allow the nutrients to go into the plants. They to take the nutrients, and they take the space, they take the light. So weeding is necessary. So weeding means to remove, the removal of weeds is known as weeding. See here, the removal of weeds. Wait, again I'll use the yellow. The removal of weeds is known as weeding here, and weeding is necessary because I just now said. So because they affect the growth, they take the water, nutrients, and space and light of the main plant. So how do farmers do weeding, and how it is done? So the best time for the removal of weeds is before they produce flowers and seeds. So before that, and weeding. So the manual removal. So there is a manual removal, and it includes a physical removal of weeds by uprooting them close with the time to time. See, wait, sorry. I said that weeds are insects. So weeds are not insects. Weeds are undesirable plants. Weeds are undesirable plants like which grow. See, here is some plant, and here undesirable plants grow everywhere. Undesirable plants grow, and they take everything, space and light. So farmers has to cut them from here, and they will cut and throw them. So this is done with a tool known as khurpi. See this bold highlighted word, khurpi. Okay, so this is done by khurpi. Let's move next. Protection from weeds. So weeds can also be controlled based in certain chemicals. Those are known as weedicides, and some chemicals. These chemicals are two. Chemical name is 2 and 4D. Okay, so these are sprayed in the fields to kill weeds, and they do not damage the crops. So farmers have to cover their mouth, cover their nose and eyes, everything from these weedicides, because they can affect the farmer's health, not the crops, but they can affect the farmer's health. So they have to wrap a piece of cloth or something or mask something here in their face, or it will affect their health. So five methods are done: preparation of soil, sowing, adding minor and fertilizers, irrigation, and the last one. Okay, so five methods are done. Now this is the method. Last one is protection from weeds. So this is the method harvesting. Sixth one. So harvesting. So after that there is one method, storage of crops. So, harvesting of crop is an important task. You know why? So, see, you can see a machine here. This machine. So, this is a harvester. This machine is known as harvester. And what do you mean by harvesting? I'll tell you first. Crops are here. Crops are grown. Suppose these lines are plants. Crops are grown. So, crops are cut from here. I'll take the black one from here. Crops are cut from here. And these roots are not cut. They don't cut these roots. I'll tell you why. Wait, just yeah. So cutting of crop is known as harvesting. After it is mature, like not every time, after the crops are fully grown. So it is known as harvesting. And harvesting, crops are pulled out close to the ground. Just now I said close to the ground. Not fully the whole, not like, see, crop, here is a crop. Farmer will hold like this, and it will pick like this. Not like that. It will cut from here. And this takes about 3 to 4 months for a cereal crop to mature, sorry. And harvesting in our country is either done by sickle or by a machine called harvester. So what is sickle? Sickle is a machine, sickle is a tool which is done manually by the by the farmer, manually, like a if a farmer has a small acre of small land, small area, so a farmer will go and cut the crops manually, but harvester is necessary if there's a big land. So this was harvest. Yeah. So in the harvested crop, the grain seeds need to be separated from the chaff. This process is called threshing. This is carried out with the help of a machine called combine, which is in fact a harvester as well as a thresher. Yeah. So that one was a harvester, and there is one machine which is combine. So combine is a mixture of harvester and a thresher. Thresher. So like the last one we learned seed drill. So seed drill was a combination of that plowing that thing and the sowing of seeds. So it was a combination of both. Like this is also a combination of both. Let's see what Paheli is saying. After harvesting, sometimes stubs are left in the field, which are burned by farmers. Paheli is worried. She knows that it causes pollution. It may also catch fire and damage the crops lying in the fields. Yeah. So farmers should stop burning the crops because they cause pollution and O2. Sorry, the ozone layer gets damaged and there's a big hole in the ozone layer. Yeah. Let's move. So farmers with small holdings of land do the separation of by chaff, grain and chaff by winnowing. So, what is chaff? So, grain, that main thing, which the farmers cultivate, and chaff is the outer covering something. And so, uh, the farmers with small holdings of land, like something 1 acre, half acre. So farmers with small holdings of land has to do the separation of grain by winnowing. So this is a winnowing machine. Okay, this one is a winnowing machine. Well, what do you mean by winnowing? Winnowing means separating grain from chaff. Okay, so let's see what's given in the box. Yeah, so after 3 or 4 months of hard work, these comes. Yeah, so after 3 or 4 months of hard work, after these many processes, after 5 to 6 processes, at the last farmers do the harvesting. So after harvesting, there is a time for farmers to relax, enjoy a little, and farmers enjoy. So this harvesting period in India, it's celebrated as a festivals. So harvest festivals. Like in Punjab, there is said as Baisakhi. In Assam, it's celebrated as Bihu. Somewhere like mainly in whole of India, it is celebrated as Diwali. Sorry, Holi. Sometimes Diwali. So in sometimes Lohri. Sometimes and in some areas Odisha or something it is like Makar Sankranti. So everywhere, like in every state, there's a different time and different festivals. Okay, so there's a harvest. So this is the final process. This is the last process of that all crop production of agriculture and everything. This is the final process. So first process, I'll just ask once. I'll just write it once. You guys just see it. I'll write it plowing, not preparation of soil. That okay. Plowing, sowing, plowing, sowing. Adding manure thing. I'll just write manure. Adding manure and fertilizers. Next is irrigation. Irrigation means adding water. Okay. Protection from weeds. I'll just write weeds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this 5 methods are done. After that comes the final step. Like not the final. The final is the storage. So like cutting of the crops, harvesting. So and there is one more method of winnowing, separating the grains from chaff, but this is not that thing. Like this not included in the 7 most important. But if you can, so if I add, there is no problem. So winnowing. So you can say 7. So you can say 7 methods. Guys, 7 methods. So after this 7 methods, the final step is storage. So farmers store these all grains in like some farmers store in some area like from godowns, factories. They store in sorry godowns like they store there. And some farmers with big area of land they store like this. See in the picture, they store in like this granaries. Okay. So if the harvested grains are kept longer time, like if they're kept longer time without storage or doing anything, moisture they should keep, it's like they should be safe from moisture, because moisture will damage the crops, and from insects also, rats, microorganisms. And harvested grains have more moisture, so they have so then have to be safe. No? So storage. If freshly harvested grains or seeds are stored without drying, they may get spoiled. Yeah, just now in the last slide we read harvested crops have moisture in them. And before that, before one line we read harvested crops have to be kept safe from moisture. So if they have moisture while harvesting, and they have to keep, and the farmers is to keep them from keep away from moisture. So what so they have to dry the crop, dry the grains. They have to dry the grains before storing them. They contain moisture, right? So they have to dry the grains before storing them. So they may get spoiled or attacked by organisms, making them unfit for use or for germination. Okay. And hence, before storing them, the grains are properly dried in the sun to reduce the moisture in them. So they are for after then they are dried in the sun. This prevents attack of insects, pests, and bacteria. So in the picture you can see there are see so many grains are there and a rat. Okay. So this one last this is not related to that, but yeah, see food from animals. So farmers store grains in jute bags or metallic bins. That those bags which you saw in that last picture, those are jute bags and in and in metallic bins also. However, large-scale storage of grains is done in silos and granaries to protect them from pests like rats and insects. So it is done in granaries and insects. So granaries and silos, it is stored in them. So dried neem leaves are used for storing food at home. So at homes mainly the food is so mainly dried neem leaves are used for storing the food. Okay. So in big go down specific chemical treatments they and from to protect them from pests and microorganisms. So after completing this, wait, yeah, let's move. So they keep from dried neem leaves as it. So we have just seen that the process of crop production involves a number of steps like selection of seeds, sowing, etc. Preparation, again I am saying because we have to remember this. Preparation of soil, sowing of seeds, next, next. Adding manure and fertilizers, next, irrigation, next, protection from weeds, and and the next one is the most awaited process with the farmers wait is harvesting. Next one, storage. So after this seven methods a farmer gets the crop which he needs, and then he will sell it on. So similarly, animals reared at home or in farms have to be provided with proper food, shelter, and care. When this is done on a large scale, it is known as animal husbandry. So like this, in the same way also, like plants, animals also have to reared and in a farms or homes. So this with proper food, shelter, and care, so this is known as animal husbandry. So guys, so this was the explanation of full chapter of science, chapter 1, crop production and management. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, like, down, please like and subscribe, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And wait, and in our YouTube channel there are so many other videos. Please do check out those videos. And we are gonna do a playlist of these all science class 8, all the chapters. So please stay tuned with our channel. Please see the regular updates. And we're gonna make a playlist of this, and we're gonna make a playlist of maths also. So we didn't start yet, but we are gonna start in 2 to 3 days. So please do check out that. And there are other videos also in the channel. Please check out that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.